watching the chat because there are ladies who can't speak via the microphone. So I'm going to watch the chat to make sure that you can communicate with me there. Okay. Thank you, Kamogelo. Okay. Then what I want to say to you is, again, welcome here. I'm very happy to have you. And then what I want to say to you is that I know yesterday everything that you have feels a little bit overwhelming because it's the 16th of January. You might have been on holiday and everything has just started with an absolute bang. So what I would like to do is I would like you to ask me questions if you have any. I don't mind taking questions at any point, but what I want to do is I want to start at the beginning and show you slowly again how everything works. Will that be okay with you, ladies? If yes, then I'm going to ask for a thumbs up. You do it there by the react button. Or if you have a question at any point in time, you can either speak up, but if your microphone is not working like Aprina's, then put up your hand and type up the question, or first type up the question and then put up your hand. I would love to hear your questions and I'd love to answer them. Are we all good? Can I carry on? Are you all happy? Okay, that's one. That's happy. Thank you. Two, for me, always the majority rules. So there's three people who are not responding and are not happy. So I don't know if I can continue. Shemaine? Alvina. Thank you, Alvina. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to share the schedule with you. Hold on a second. Just want to make the screen bigger. I'm just going to share my schedule or your schedule with you. Can you all see the schedule? Okay. So, and you can see the mouse button moving, right? Okay. So from now on, we have e-tutorials from 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock at on the specific Tuesdays that are stipulated, the 16th and the 30th of Jan for this month, every second week only. But I would like, and the e-tutorials are here, hosted here, okay? You can either approach it on your LMS by the e-tutorial link that has been provided to you there, or by this link I've sent you. But what I want to say to you is that, I wanted to ask you, did you all receive my email with this schedule yesterday? Did you receive the email with the schedule? Okay. All right. Fantastic. That's great. Okay. So the schedule, you are welcome to download it or print it or keep it on your desktop where you have quick access to it. I would like to suggest that you put these e-tutorial dates, put them in your calendar, because that is a way for us to not miss one another and for you to be able to, in advance, if you are not your own line manager or a team leader, to let your line manager know that this is the time that you will not be available. Okay, so I'm going to start with these two courses. All the purple blocks are the names of the courses that you should have on the LMS. Now, our LMS is our website, okay, which you have access to. If you do not have access to it yet, then please contact us because it is now running late, and we do need you to have access. There was one of your colleagues actually asked if we could assist you with giving you access on your devices, your mobile devices. And the answer is yes, but we don't even need to have alternative access. You can, from your phone, you can access the Chartwell website. You will just use your email address, the normal the normal login details that you have used, you'll use that again. But you can access Chartle via your cell phone, our website. Okay. Sorry, I'm hoping that you don't pick up the external noise. All right, so what we have enrolled you in are these two courses. They are not credit bearing. They are going to take you maybe 10 or 15 minutes to work through each. They are just to help you a little bit and give you, I don't know, many of you are adults, all of you are adults, but some of you might not have studied for a while. So it's foreign to you to be an online learner, and that's why we include these courses. So all you have to do is you must make sure that you are on the Chartle website already, all right? You must be on the Chartle website already. That's what it looks like. Just going to put this here. You must just be on the Chartle website already, and then all you have to do is to click on this. You press Control and click, and then it will open up that course for you, or you can copy the link, the URL, and paste it. And there you have the whole course on how to be an online learner. Okay, and you can see it's 7 tips for being an online learner. What is your learning style? What informs your behavior? This is quite a self noticing, self-measuring tool that you can use. It's interesting stuff. Okay, so it's that one, how to be an online learner, and then there's always also the one on digital literacy. You can choose whether you want to do them or not. They're very interesting, but they're not credit bearing, so you can do them in your own time. And in December we enrolled you to these, so I'm hoping that they are there for you and that you have had an opportunity to look through them. Okay, so the next one is the one that we should be talking about today, and that is time management. Now, I'm sure that you understand that we've put time management first because you are new learners and you are full-time employees, and we want to teach you about time management first because we want you to embark on this course by knowing about time management, and what you learn here, we would like you to apply when you are studying. Okay, so what I want to show you is how I want you to be a student. Okay, so what you would do is you would go to your course. All right, now what happens when you join your course, for example, is when you log in, you will immediately, your qualification will take you to the My Portfolio Business Administration page. This is the one that we looked at yesterday, where I said, and please remember, mine looks a lot different because I've got many groups on here and hundreds of students, but there are some aspects that are similar. So the student profile, you have the POE administration, all of these you and I both have, but it does look a little bit different for me. But anyway, so this is the one we looked at yesterday, where you have to complete your student profile and where you have to do your prep for assessment. And some of you have already done it. Thank you very much. And then the POE administration, the assessment plan and contract, and your portfolio admin docs. But now you have received your calendar, your schedule, and your schedule says to you, you also have to do time management, and you must still complete, please, your personal documents and your assessment plan and contract. But now the course says you're supposed to be doing time management. So you would go to the course. Then as a learner, you can go here to My Courses. You could either go to All Courses and you can type, wait, I don't want to do that. Let me go back to the My. Please, ladies, if I'm going too fast or you want to ask a question, please interrupt me. I've kept the Teams chat open so I can see if you want to talk to me. So what you can do is you can you can either click there, or I'm just teaching you a shortcut. You open the link in a new tab, and then there you will go ask for all courses you want to see, for example, time management or digital literacy. But I'm going to go to time management because that's the one we're going to be talking about now. And then the computer will bring time management for you. It will only bring up the ones that you have been enrolled in. So this is for me because I have access to all of this. Here's your time management one, okay? That's the one way of getting to your course. The other way you can get to your course is by going to My Courses. Now, if you click on here for your My Courses, all the courses that you as Alvina or Nani are enrolled in will show there. You will see I have many courses because I am enrolled in many pages of courses, but your courses will show there. So I'm just teaching you how to navigate. So I would like you to now go to courses. Time management was the one I wanted us to go to. Why did I? Oh, can you see that when you click on something else, you navigate away from it? So that's why I would like to suggest that when you want to navigate, you always say open in a new folder, because now I can go to business administration and I can go to the time management one separately. Okay, are you still all good? All still good? All still happy? Ladies? Aprina, type for me your question. Let's see what you want to ask. Okay. While Aprina types her question, or did you want to say that, or did you want to say you're happy, Aprina? You didn't have a question. Okay, let me know whether you are happy or whether you have a question. If you have a question, just type it. Okay, so please remind me, yesterday when we met, I said to you that there's some things I wanted to talk to you about. The schedule was the one thing. And then the next thing I wanted to talk to you about is how you must work through the LMS and how you must work through the courses, which is what I want to show you now as we go along. So now you know that time management is the first class you have to attend and the first course you have to do. My suggestion and advice to you is that you start at the top. You look at time management, you start from the top. Welcome to the course. What is the course all about? What is the unit standard number? Okay. And then you click on and you can navigate by either opening it all or by closing everything. So this will be easy for you if your course is closed. Remember that you can also always remember that you can click on the orange buttons, and the orange, when it's orange or gray, you can click on things and it will have a reaction for you. So if you click here, all of this here is also listed here. Okay, and you can also, by clicking on the arrows, you can also open and close. So there's more than one way for you to navigate through the courses. So I've closed all here and I've closed all here. And you could open it all or you could open it all, which is what I don't want you to do right now. For me, this is the way it works best, okay? So the first thing I would do is, once I've read through this, is I would open the welcome, and then I would start the introduction to time management, and I would go through the time management training manual. Then what I want you to say, what I want you to do is, before you start with your learning, go and get yourself a little book, okay? This size or what, an A4 size, whatever suits you. And this is that is going to be your business admin notebook, where you must make summaries of what you are learning. Because remember, learning comes in a variety of ways. We learn when we hear, we learn when we understand, we learn when we do. That's We learn best when we do. So when you are writing it down or you are repeating what you've read or what it is, you learn better. But the other reason why I'm asking you to make notes is because many of the things that you will be learning are things that you have been having been employed for a while, are things that you have been exposed to. So you understand it and you know all of that needs to be known. But there might be things that we are teaching you here that is new, that you find, oh, wow, I didn't know that. Or wait, this is new learning. Let me make a note. Let me summarize what I have learned. Okay. And then you make notes in your notebook on that. What I want to say to you is the other reason why we do that is making summaries is because time is limited. If you want to go and look back and you want to revise or you want to find out something, it's not always easy to go now back onto the website, onto the LMS, and then go and find that information again. If it's in your study guide, then you can, in your notice book, in your summary, then you can just go and look it up at any point in time. Anyway, so what you then do is you click on the orange button, and then it says it will then open up. There will be a lesson where you say, mine looks a little bit different to yours. And then you just click to continue, and then there will be a video that you will watch. I'm just going to pause it. And then you watch this video. You can see this video is only 2 minutes. That's as long as the learning material will take you in this case. 2 minutes, that's it, okay? I've kept it muted. You will see that there is somebody who will be teaching you. This is one of our lecturers. She will teach you about this unit standard, okay? Then you will go on to the next activity, okay, which is, I lost Charmaine there for a minute, which is also a video. So all you have to do is you click, you watch, you click, you watch, okay? I want to tell you that every time that you have done something, I just want to go back to the previous one. Every time that you have done something in completion, here it will become green to say that you have done it, okay? So we measure your progress in terms of what you are doing. We measure it, and then we give you a green button so that you can see that you have progressed. Okay. All right. So then once you've watched that whole thing, I don't know if mine is going to go green because I just want to speed it up. You can speed it up if you want to. I want to show you that mine is going green if it is going to go green. While we wait for that to finish, for Tiffany to finish talking, how else can I help you? Have you got any questions so far? I know I still have plans on how to help you, but are you all good so far? Everybody good?
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you, Noni, for responding, and Albina. Okay, so please ask me questions or stop me whenever you want to. Let me just speed this up very quick so that it can come to the end. But what I want to say to you is, can you see it's only 22 minutes? So some of the things do take a little bit longer. And all right, and then there's the next one. So now I'm going to go back to the training material. So here it will, for me, it didn't change because I'm the lecturer, but yours will change here. It will say done, okay? And here you will get a green button to say that you have gone through it. They don't measure how many times I go through this because anyway. So then you can also download your time management training manual. You will get from there. You can either download it. It says open the resource. You can either download it or you can read it on the internet here. There's 17 pages of it. You can download it here, the PDF, or okay, what I want to say to you, ladies, all this material all of it is downloadable. So you can download it and you can go and study it at home, or you can do it after hours, although your workplace has told us that they will allow you to work during working hours on this qualification. But it is downloadable. So the reason why I find the ability to download the videos, all of the stuff, is because sometimes we have load shedding, as you know, and the load shedding prevents us from going online, and so sometimes it's just easier to have the stuff downloaded. Okay, so here is your manual, your training manual. You can just click and to go onto the next page. There's 17 pages, of which 5 pages already is not, 6 pages is already not really learning material. Please, ladies, I've said that you must make summaries, but you do not need to make summaries of what is the summative assessment all about and the letters. Only the stuff that you feel is new learning and that you didn't know before, and is important for you to know in terms of getting this qualification. Okay, so then just for the sake, you can download it, you can read through this material. It's nicely presented. It's very interesting. This is what we need you to learn. Those are the learning outcomes. Remember, this is the coffee I want you to make. And then here is the learning material. This is your study guide. This is what you need to summarize. Okay. I hope I'm teaching you nicely. All right, then. Oh, and yeah, Isma, you went too far back now. Okay, so we're still on the course, like I showed you before. You have everything. You've now opened this. You've now worked through all of it. It'll click to done. Then you can close that one and you can open that one. And then you start with your classes again. Here you can see time management in the workplace. There's a lessons, there's a page, there's a quiz, which is fun for you to do, a page, a quiz, which is fun to do, another lesson, and then another lesson. When you've worked through that, it will all go to click to done. Then you open the next one and you work through those classes. Okay, what I want to say to you is that all of these things, some of them are longer, like time management has got more stuff to learn. Some of them are shorter. Okay, and then there's another short one with a lesson, and then there is a conclusion. So when you open these here, you will see that they have exactly the same content. It works exactly the same. What you see here is the headings of what is happening here. I'm just going to close all, and then I'm going to take you to the conclusion, because this is what I need you to understand. At the end of every section, all the time, you will find a formative assessment. Now, a formative assessment, I didn't explain to you yesterday. A formative assessment, remember when we were at school, your teacher would give you work to do, and then very often your teacher would say to you, we have a class test on Friday or on Thursday. Now, the class tests are your formative assessments. The formative comes from the word forming. While you are studying, all this knowledge is still forming in your mind. So the formative assessments are like a self-test exercise where you test yourself against what you already know from what you have learned. So when you open your formative assessments, you will see that they are quizzes. Okay, now a quiz is fun because we give you 4 or 5 or 6 questions, sometimes less, sometimes more, but all this quiz does, and in a quiz, it gives you the question and it gives you multiple choice answers. Okay, so you then have the questions and you can get the answers from there as well, and then you choose which question is the one you want to answer. So I just want to show you, here the questions are, how can we show that an organization's objectives in terms of work are clearly defined? Then you pick A, B, C, or D, and you just click it, and then you can change your answer by clicking B, or you can clear your choice. you just answer the questions. In this case, there are quite a few pages. There are, let me see how many questions there are. 15. Okay, there's 18 questions, multiple choice questions in this specific quiz. The other reason why formatives are very important is because you have now, by registering on the National Record Learner Database, you have registered as a student with us and with the Qualifications Authority, okay? So they know that you are registered as a student from January. So they want to see that you often do work. Okay, so because I don't know, I'm sure that you know this, but if you study to be a doctor, for example, you have to study for a certain number of years. You may take longer because a doctor might fail. I'm talking about a medical doctor. They might fail a course, or an engineer, or whatever it is you are studying for. So they might take longer to study, but there's a minimum period because you need to do all of the work in order to get the qualification. So this qualification that you are doing, the duration is a year, but you will work and study only 10 months because we take 2 months to do the internal and the external moderation, right? You know about moderation now, but your course is only 10 months that you have to work hard and study hard. So the Qualifications Authority and the moderator wants to see that you were working progressively over a course of 10 months. Maybe it takes a little bit longer, but you have been at least busy for 10 months. So these formative assessments and the summative assessments that you submit shows to the assessor and the moderator and the CETA that you have been working progressively and that knowledge was being formed on a regular basis. So you must complete the formative assessments, not only for us, for the practical reasons, but also for the fact that it's a self-test exercise. You can receive a grade. Now, remember, I told you yesterday that grades are immaterial. You're not going to get 60 or 80 or 50 or 100%. You're going to be competent or not yet competent. But here, you will be getting out of the 18 questions, you can get 16 or 12 or 20. You have got a minimum of 2 attempts, maybe even a third attempt. We will always keep the score of the highest. If you got 16 in the first attempt out of 18, and the next attempt you got 12 out of 18, then we will keep the highest score. But you don't have to do it many times. If you are happy with the answers that you got and you scored well, then you don't have to redo it because remember, it's a self-test. Are you happy with what you have achieved? Okay. Then the last one, that's the formative. Then the last one is your summative assessment. So, and you can determine how you are going to work this. Some students will first work through everything and then they will download the summative assessment. You click on the summative assessment, and as you can see, it just jumped. I'm going to click on it again. Watch my computer screen. I click on it, something jumps down, and then it jumps up. So here we have downloaded the summative assessment. So the summative assessment is a Word document. You have to click on Enable Editing, and then here you will see that you can type your answers in there. And if you are going to be typing a lot, you can type as much as you want. The block will move as far as you want it to move. Okay, so all your answers will go in here. You will type it in here as little or as much as you want to write. Okay, you don't have to make 50 pages of this this 4-page document. You must just answer the question. If you've answered the question, that's all we want you to do. So this is the summative assessment. Summative is like an assignment. When we were at school, we would have the class tests, which is equal to the formatives. And then once a term or a semester, you would write exams. Now, these summative assessments are actually assignments, but if you relate it to school terms, they are your exams. This is your final assessment, okay? And you will either be competent or not competent and then get another opportunity if you need to, just to remind you of how it works. But anyway, so you can download this as well. It's on your computer. You can work on it at home. You can work on it when you want to. So then you just answer all your questions. You might have to add sections there. You might have to add pages because there is a lot of practical work that the business admin document requires. Okay, the qualification requires a lot of practical work because it's business administration. You guys, you ladies, are learning how to be business administrators. So we are going to need all your experience from the office so that you can show us that you are competent and that you can do the things we are requiring you to do. Okay, so that is your summative assessment, and you can then download it and then you type in your answers. You can add, you can amend, you can make new, you can add a new Word document, you can copy and paste it, you can save it separately. We'll talk about that if you need if you have questions, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, so what I was saying is that some learners first download this and then they check what is required of me, or they go through the learning material and then they and then they download the summative and then they answer from what they have learned already. You will choose which way works best for you. Okay. All right. May I ask you if you have any questions so far? Are you all good? You all happy? Okay. What we are supposed to be doing today in this e-tutorial is to talk about time management. So I am going to talk to you about time management, and I am going to show you a PowerPoint slide. But before I start, or when I start with this slideshow, I am just going to remind you that you can contact us. This is our telephone number. You wrote it down yesterday. Here's our business@chartl email address where Lesego and I will contact you from. If you have an IT problem, remember I showed you how Tiffany was teaching you about time management in the video. If you see a technical issue, video format not supported or whatever, it really is a technical issue, please do me a favor and take a screenshot of the whole screen, okay? From that corner to the bottom corner of your screen, the whole screen, from that corner right at the top until all the way to the bottom, because IT is interested in the timestamp, they're interested in the URL, they're interested in everything if you have an issue. And then you can either send it to us or you can send it to IT, but we will help you. So you can send it to us and we will forward it. And then what we also want to ask you is, when you have a problem, to also include the URL. The URL is that information that you find here at the top of your screen. You just copy and paste that, and then you send it to us with a screenshot in your email, and you say what the problem is. This doesn't happen often, okay, but you might have IT issues. So please reach out if you have a problem, but provide us with a screenshot and with the URL. Okay, I'm going to move on. Do you have any questions? We're all good so far? Okay, then I'm going to show you the next slide. You know who we are, Lesego and Esme. You have received your schedule. You know when the e-tutorials are from 11 to 12 every second Tuesday. Then remember, the website is called the LMS. We want you to complete the NLRD, the admin docs, and your assessment plan, not PAN, okay? The assessment plan. And then I want you to ask yourself, why are you here? Why did Susan and Exaro decide to enroll you in this course? Do you want to answer that, Noni? Aprina, why don't you type while Noni is answering? Tell us why you think Exaro enrolled you in this course. Do you mind typing, Aprina? Or Kamogelo? Noni, why do you think you were enrolled in this course? Charmaine, do you want to answer? Or Alvina, I don't mind. Ladies, have you left? Am I alone?
No, you're still here.
So why do you think, Noni? Why did they, yeah?
I think they've enrolled us in this course just to upskill us.
Okay. I don't like the word that you are saying, just, okay?
Okay.
But I agree with you that they definitely want to upskill you. Now, I want you to understand, even if FNB says, how can we help you? No business, no company is in it to help you. They are there to make money. Okay? You agree with me? So Exaro is spending a lot of money to get you, to help you to get this qualification, to upskill you. And I want to say to you, I agree with you, Noni, they want to upskill you. But the reason they want to upskill you is because it is not only going to be of benefit to you, it's also going to be of benefit to the organization. So maybe in the long term, they want to put you in an alternative position. They realize that you have potential and your potential is not being used to the maximum where you are now. So either you require this skill of business administration in order for you to be a better employee in your current role. They want to upskill you, or they want to upskill you because they want to prepare you or to assist you for another role. And I'm not saying you're going to get a bonus or a what do you call it, a promotion or anything like that. I can't make those promises. I don't work there. But they want to upskill you. They want to teach you something new because they feel it will be beneficial for you as well as for the organization. So I want to ask you, ladies, to please take good care of this qualification and give it the attention it deserves and use it as the opportunity that it is, because they are spending good money and they are giving you time to do this qualification. And the nice thing about this qualification is that you can use it for the rest of your life, wherever you go. Doesn't matter which organization you work for, which industry you are going to. Okay, so you are studying business admin and we are talking about time management. I just want to get the highlighter. All right, we are talking about time management and we are talking about unit standard 15234. And then I want to go to the next page. I want to ask you, what do you think is work-life balance? Who wants to talk to me about what you think work-life balance is? And now it's only Noni who's talking, so I would appreciate it if one of you could actually type an answer if you don't want to talk to me. Charmaine, I don't know if your mic is working. And Alvina, what do you think is work-life balance? Okay, if you don't know and if you don't feel you know the definition, maybe you can answer this question for me. What takes up most of your time during your work day? Not what you need to do at night, cooking and homework and taking care of your family. What takes up most of the time during your work day? Who wants to tell me? And you guys are spread all over in different provinces and different businesses. And you might be in different departments as well. Kamogelo is typing. Thank you for that. Anybody else who wants to say what takes up most of your time during your workday? Is it answering emails, answering phones? What does your work entail? What do you do that takes a lot of time? Anyone? I'm just waiting for Kamogelo. I want to say to you ladies that next week or in 2 weeks' time when we meet again, most of our classes will not be like yesterday and today where I talk the most the whole time. The next sessions will be interactive where I will ask you about your opinion and I will ask you for input. So ladies like Aprina and Kamogelo, if you would ask IT to help you fix your mic, it will help a lot. Okay. All right. So Noni is saying that she's got a lot of tasks that is given to her. Some of it is filing, others is capturing. So Noni, you wait for them, or maybe you get an email. Do you get an email that tells you this needs to be done? Then you respond to that and then you do what you are told. And that's what keeps you busy. Charmaine's also typing. Kamogelo answered my first question, the one about how would you define work-life balance? She says you achieve work-life balance when you know how to focus between lifetime and work time, okay? Which is, what do I need to do for my work life and what do I need to do for my personal life? And that, Kamogelo, is very, very important. Thank you for that definition. You're very accurate. It's important that we have a balance in terms of what we do in order to live and what we do in order to work. Some people live to work, and maybe that's people who are multimillionaires. They sleep and breathe their business and the money they make, but we work to live, okay? So there must be enjoyment in your work and you must give it your best and you must enjoy it, but you must also earn money so that you can have a life and you must also enjoy your life. There needs to be a balance between the 8 hours that you spend at work and the time that you spend at home. I don't want to preach about it because I sometimes lose that balance, so I'm not the expert on that. But what I want to say to you is when you are at work, it is important that you are there not to just get a salary. It's important that you are there to earn a salary. You must do your bit and your best, which I'm sure you do. But once you have done your bit and the day is over, then you should do your best for your personal life. Okay, Charmaine is still typing, but she's telling us what is taking up all of her day. Tasks given, be it filing or capturing, I'm going to go on what Noni has said. And I'm going to quickly go back to, now I have to escape this time. Oh, I don't know how to escape this thing. I want to click out of the presentation. I just need to know how to do that. What do I need to do now? Come on, Ismay. Escape. Squad. I just want to show you when we look at the summative assessment. In your summative assessment, one of the questions they ask you is in a team, create a to-do list for 1 week where you document everything you and your teammates need to accomplish. So Noni, there, one of the things that you do will be filing or capturing, etc., etc. Okay, let me just see where is the answer that the other lady was typing? Oh, Charmaine is still typing. Okay, so there's your list of things that you need to do. So I'm going to share my time management slides with you again. What I want you to also consider is what in your life, in your work life, are time wasters. What is it that wastes your time? While you are thinking about that and answering me on that, Charmaine says that she thinks work-life balance means being able to maintain or to have balance between your work life and your personal life, being able to manage your time, and very importantly, I agree 1000%, Charmaine, being able to manage your time and your energy to meet both your professional and your personal commitments. I think that that is an exemplary answer, and you're absolutely right. We need to make sure that work makes our personal life better and personal life improves our work life, and that they nurture one another. The one doesn't take from the other or steals the joy or steals the energy, so that they can both fuel each other, so that you can be happy, that you can be happy in the workplace and you can be happy in your personal life. You are all 100% correct. Okay, so what are there things in the workplace that you do that wastes your work time? Do you go on Facebook? Do you spend time at the coffee machine chatting to your colleagues for 15 minutes? Do you attend meetings where you don't learn anything, where you don't need to be part of the meetings, where you don't provide any input, or meetings that don't have any relevance to you? What do you do in the office that are time wasters, either internal from you or external from outside? Charmaine wants to give me an example. Noni, if you or anybody else who wants to talk can give me an example, I'd be very happy. I'll wait for Charmaine. Okay. I have to press enter, Charmaine, when you are done. Otherwise, it won't come on my screen. Okay, so I just want to give you a little bit of background in terms of what we are discussing now. All these questions that I am asking you here will pertain to what you are studying in your time management course. So these are either questions that help you to think about time management, or they will be questions that reflect on the studying that you have done. I'm still waiting for you to give me your answers, Noni and Charmaine. Don't stop typing. So these questions help you to reflect on what you need to answer. Excuse me for a second. I put a chair outside and now it's raining. I need to bring it in and close the door. We are always very grateful for rain. Okay, so next time when I meet you in the end of January, we'll be talking about the next unit standard, and I will be talking to you like I am now, conversing to you about topics and matters that we are covering in your training. So you have 2 weeks for each module. So just so you understand that next time when we meet each other, I'm going to have conversations with you like this. So I would really like it if you be yourself and you participate and you join in. And if you have issues with your mic, that maybe you can fix them. Okay. Or become active, Aprina, in typing to me, and Alvina. All right. So Noni says one of the things that is a time waster for her is having unnecessary group discussions that are outside the job description. And that is interesting, Noni, because in some businesses, it is important that we do that because it is called socialization. And it's very important that you do socialize with your colleagues, okay? But, and this is a big but, if those group discussions are negative, if they contain gossip, if it's about the grapevine and things that are not true, then it can be very, very negative to the morale and to the company and to your joy in the workplace. So then it is unnecessary, irrelevant, total time waster, and it can have a serious impact on your appreciation for the workplace. So I agree with you entirely, Noni. If it's a group discussion that is outside the job description and it's totally irrelevant, maybe if it's for 3 minutes and you're just sharing a joke or a bit of love with a colleague, that's one thing. But it is a total time waster if it's not contributing, if there's no good in it. Okay, Charmaine says that time wasters are activities that distract employees from getting their work done, like spending time chatting with colleagues instead of working. So my answer to you both is yes, you're absolutely right, but some chats are necessary. We don't need you to feel like you're a robot. You must also sometimes mingle and have a little bit of some conversation just to take a break. But we can't do that the whole day, all day, and you can't do it more than 3 or 4 times a day. So my question to you ladies then would be, how would you get rid of those time wasters? Are you going to say to people, I don't want to chat to you anymore? Or are you going to say to them, you're going to maybe set a limit for yourself where you only chat for 3 minutes and then you say, thanks, ladies, it was wonderful chatting to you. I'm going to move on, Anyway, so the next question I would want to ask you is, do you know what delegation is? Who knows what delegation is? And you can tell me whether you think delegation is good or bad, and what makes delegation good, a good thing or a bad thing. Mine is tired of typing. Noni says you always want me to answer, so they don't want to talk anymore. I'm closing windows because it's raining in everywhere. So do you know what delegation is? Anybody wants to venture a guess about what delegation means? Okay, so you are definitely going to learn about what delegation is in your time management course. Now, some of you might say, well, because of my position, I can't delegate. But I want you to consider that you might also delegate outside of the workplace in terms of work and life balance, because us as moms tend, and as wives and as women, tend to take on a lot more things than that is necessarily needed or necessary. But I'm going to, I like that, Kamogelo, thank you. Aprina is also typing. Kamogelo says that delegation is to transfer specific tasks from one person to another. And she's absolutely right. I love that. Do you think it's a good or a bad thing, Kamogelo? What is your opinion? And if you think it's great or it's good, why do you think it's good? And if you think it's bad, why do you think it's bad? Let's see what Aprina's answer is. And Charmaine's also answering. I'm waiting for you to answer, Aprina.
Now from my side, I'll say, like as Kamohelo has said, that is to transfer a specific task from one person to another. Delegation is good. Sometimes
Why?
it's good, yes. Because you find that you are unable to pursue some tasks, so it is better in the other side to delegate someone to do the task on your behalf.
Okay, I agree with you what you are saying, Noni, because sometimes when we delegate, that person might even be better equipped to do that. You know, if you delegate buying the bread to your husband, maybe he's the one who's traveling today from the office to home, and he is going to be passing your shop where you get your bread. He, you know, so if you delegate that task to him, it's on his way. He will be able to help you. There are certain things that we can delegate to people because we don't have the time to do so, and because those people are at that point in time better equipped or skilled to be able to do that. Okay, I agree with you. Thank you for that, Noni. Aprina says delegation is good because it's giving the delegated person an opportunity to learn new things at the workplace. And that is fantastic. I love the way that you are thinking, Aprina. The other thing that makes delegation good, okay, is when we are sure that when we give that person something to do, that if they don't have the skill, that we teach them how to do it. So the delegation gives them an opportunity to prove their ability to do it, and that is very empowering when they manage to do it successfully. But when you delegate, one of the things that, and Charmaine also says she thinks it's good because you get to learn to do something that is outside of your role. And I agree with you 100%. But what I want you to also know is that it's very important when you do delegate or when somebody delegates to you that you follow some rules. And some of those rules is that the person who you delegate to must agree to do the task. They must understand what is expected of them. They must be willing and able to do it, and they must agree to the deadline. Because if it doesn't meet those requirements, then delegation for them becomes a chore, and it becomes very difficult for them, and it becomes very disempowering or demotivating. So, thank you. Ladies, I've run out of time. But I want you to understand that my responsibility when we meet each other is to go through these concepts with you and have these conversations with you. So thank you very, very much for chatting to me, either in writing or in auditory. I appreciate it. I want you to reach out to us if you have any other questions or if you need help. Remember, we are here to help you, because unless you reach out, I will only be talking to you again in 2 weeks' time. But I'm going to put this recording up so that you guys can rewatch it. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you have a question and you want to talk to me about something, I'm going to stop this recording now